Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ. This video is for English language viewers. I will cover the best multiple choice questions from the second week of January. In total, I will cover around 160 high probability questions, and my team had prepared around 210 questions, but I have selected around 160. Previously, I had selected around 180 questions, but then the video could have been a little bit too elaborate. So that's why I am covering 160 questions. If you want to follow me on Facebook, the link is given below. Now we will provide 2 new videos every week for all the pen drive students. And right now the best selling pen drive is CLAT, Hotel Management and BBA. But you can also avail for Railways, IBPS, SBI. Close to 200 videos are there in the pen drive and 2 new videos every week. That's the number you have to call, 95800480004. So without further delay, let me begin. But before I begin, there are 160 questions. Around 60 questions I have put diagram, because one of my students, he gave me an idea that I should include diagram because it helps in memorization, because along with the audio component there will also be a visual component. So, but I did not want to experiment it in all the questions, so I have included the diagram in 60 questions. If you think this is a good idea, then please let me know. From next time onwards, I will include the images in all the questions. But for that, you have to write in comments. Okay, first question is, with which country has India recently signed 6 agreements? And all the 6 agreements are for mutual defense cooperation. So this was a bilateral defense deal, and India has signed it with Portugal. This is a flag of Portugal, and Portugal capital is Lisbon. One more thing, Portugal, there is a very famous player called Ronaldo. He is Cristiano Ronaldo, not the Ronaldo Nazario of Brazil. That was a different Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo was in news because he won the Ballon d'Or, and he also won FIFA World Player of the Year. But more importantly, one more question can be asked. Who was our chief guest at the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas? You know that recently India celebrated the Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, and the chief guest was the Prime Minister of Portugal, Mr. Antonio Costa. So that is why he was in news. Portugal's Prime Minister Antonio Costa came to India, and he signed these 6 agreements for defense cooperation with his Indian counterpart PM Modi. And our chief guest at the Republic Day will be the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi. So these are 2 different chief guests. Don't mark Antonio Costa, there might be a confusion. Antonio Costa was for Pravasi Bharatiya Divas. Who is known as the father of the Portugal's modern day democracy? See, this person, he recently died, expired, and he was Portugal's 17th president from 1986 to 1996 for 10 years. And he is called father of modern democracy in Portugal. His name is Mário Soares. That's him, Mário Soares. According to the Central Statistics Office, that is the CSO, what is India's GDP growth, projected GDP growth for 2016-2017, that is the financial year 2017. What we will grow by if we see the Central Statistics Office. So last year, that is 2015-16, our growth was a healthy 7.6%. Now in 2016-17, our growth will be 7.1%. And this is because of demonetization that our growth has taken a 0.5% dip. Which colonial practice has been scrapped from the budget session of the parliament? Now, please note that in the parliament there are 3 sessions. The first is the budget session, which is around February-March. Second is the monsoon session, July-August. And the third is the winter session, November-December. So these are the 3 sessions. And Chaudhry Charan Singh was our only Prime Minister who did not attend even a single session of the parliament. Now, this colonial practice was that there will be a separate general budget and railway budget, and the reason was that during the time of the British, the railway was a very big department, so it needed a separate budget altogether. But now railways is just one of the many big departments. So therefore, our finance minister Arun Jaitley will have his work cut out, because he will present the railway budget also along with the general budget. So the answer is separate railway budget will not be there from this year's budget session. Which bank has recently launched Suvidha prepaid card? Suvidha prepaid card. So this prepaid card can be used to withdraw money also, transfer money also. It's multifactorial. You can do a lot of things with this card. You can also have cash withdrawals, purchase at point of sales, and this has been done by UCO Bank. That is the logo of UCO Bank. Now please note that UCO Bank headquarter is in Kolkata, the same place where Bandhan Bank headquarter is there. And UCO Bank was founded in 1943 and we got independence in 1947. And after independence, not even a single bank apart from Bandhan Bank has got its headquarter in any of the eastern or northeastern state of India. So, which of the following has not been removed from the list of endangered species by the US Wildlife Conservation Agency? See, wildlife conservation, there is a organization called IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. It is the job of IUCN to segregate animals into vulnerable, critically endangered, endangered and so on, depending on how vulnerable are they to the threat of extinction. So the three long-nosed bat is this one, and the gypsum wild buckwheat is this, and Kunzler hedgehog cactus is this. So they all were considered endangered because their number had gotten too low. But Kirtland's warbler is not removed from the list. So these three are removed from the list. That is, they are no more endangered, primarily because their number could have been increased. Which part of the human body has for the first time been identified by the scientists as a possible organ where Ebola virus replicates? Now, Ebola virus primarily hit the South American countries, the likes of Brazil, Colombia, Argentina. There were cases reported in Asia, but they were too far and too few. So, Ebola virus replicates, one of the possible organs is lungs. That's right, lungs. And that has been identified as one of the organs where it might replicate. A three-dimensional 3D version of one of the strongest and lightweight materials of the world. Please note that this material is very, very strong. In fact, if I tell you, it is 10 times strong that of steel. Okay, but it is only 5% the weight of steel. So it is very, very light, but it also very, very strong. And now there is a three-dimensional version which has been created by the scientists at the MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Boston. What is the name of that material? It is called graphene. Which Indian association has contributed in the discovery of the powerful cosmic double whammy along with NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory? So which Indian organization did NASA take help of? And NASA headquarters is in Washington DC, the capital of America, United States of America. So NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory, it took help of National Center for Radio Astrophysics, that is also called NCRA, National Center for Radio Astrophysics, and together they produced something known as double whammy. Who is that West Bengal minister known for being the front runner to organize cooperative movement in the state, who passed away recently? So he recently passed away, and he was one of the front runners to start organized cooperative movements way back in West Bengal. His name was Saral Deb, and he was from the North 24 Pargana district, and he always represented the Barasat constituency in the North 24 Pargana district. Saral Deb, he was a 6-time MLA. Also, he was a member of the party All India Forward Bloc. Do you know who started the party All India Forward Bloc? If you know, please write in comments. Whom did Donald Trump name as the new National Intelligence Director? So, the Trump cabinet is in news for all the wrong reasons, because there are unproven billionaires, there are people who have had a very sort of aggressive tone to their demeanor, and very controversial people he is electing. Anyways, so the person who will be the intelligence director is Mr. Don Coates, but there are two more which are very important. So this gentleman is James Mattis, and he is the defense secretary in the Donald Trump cabinet. But the Secretary of State, most important, is Rex Tillerson. Rex Tillerson. So Rex Tillerson is the Secretary of State. Right now the Secretary of State is John Kerry. Tomorrow he will his tenure will end tomorrow, because from 21st Donald Trump is taking over as the President of the United States of America. He's a Republican. So Rex Tillerson is the Secretary of State. Which Indian state has launched India's first 24/7 helpline for forests? See, Madhya Pradesh, if someone asks you which Indian state has the maximum number of forests, the answer is Madhya Pradesh, because it has the maximum number of trees, as simple as that. But the state which has launched the helpline for forest is not Madhya Pradesh, it is Maharashtra. Which scheme will be launched by the government for the Indian youth seeking employment overseas. So basically, if there is an Indian youth who is seeking employment overseas, for that there is a scheme that has been launched by the government, and the name of the scheme is Pravasi Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Pravasi Kaushal Vikas Yojana. As per the recent High Court order, in which two states has the Supreme Court, the apex court, maintained the ban on cockfighting? So cockfighting is when the two, these animals, they fight. They are made to fight deliberately, and using their beak and all, they try to hurt the other one. And this is cruelty to animals. And recently, in Tamil Nadu, Jallikattu was also banned by the Supreme Court. Jallikattu. So lot of voices are being raised to ban animal cruelty, and this is also one of the steps. So cockfighting was banned in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. As per the recent government order, which documents are to be obtained by all the banks and post offices by February 28th as a part of the crackdown on black money? So the Supreme Court, it has directed the government to inform all the banks that they have to obtain what from the public, and the deadline is February the 28th, 2017, and this is their effort to crack down on black money, in not just the public, from the post offices also. So post offices and banks, documents are to be obtained by all the banks and post offices. This is the PAN card or Form 60. PAN card, and also banks are also asked to submit details if the cash deposits are exceeding 2.5 lakh rupees after demonetization. So demonetization was done on the 8th of November. So after demonetization announcement, if any person has a cash of more than 2.5 lakh in his bank, if any transaction he has made, then that also is to be notified, and this is to be done by January 15th. This was to be done by January 15th, but PAN card or Form 60 deadline is February 28th. Who is International Event Ambassador for the 14th Standard Chartered Mumbai Marathon? So the very famous Mumbai Marathon, 14th Mumbai Marathon, sponsor is Standard Chartered, and there is one person who is Olympic gold medalist. He is 800 meter Olympic gold medalist, and he is from Kenya. The name is David Rudisha. He is our International Event Ambassador. Which rule will start from 1st April 2017 as per the Central Board for Direct Taxes? So Central Board of Direct Taxes, which rule will start from April 1, 2017? So it is the General Anti-Avoidance Rule. In fact, goods and services tax will also be applicable from 1st April. So not exactly the best question, but okay, both A and B, because goods and services tax will also start, though it is not a rule as such, it's a law now. So anyways, if you depends on the options, mark GAAR. So GAAR will start from 1st of April. What is the name of our self-made, indigenous, made in India heavy artillery gun that was tested by the Indian Army recently at the trials of ATAGS, that is Indigenous Advanced Towered Artillery Gun System? The name which they have kept is Dhanush. It is developed by DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization, and a very, very important gun, Dhanush gun. Which identification document has been made mandatory for Manrega workers? Manrega, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, which gives you a guarantee for being employed in for a certain number of fixed days to earn livelihood. So Manrega, if you want to work, then which identification document you have to submit? And the deadline is 31st March 2017. So it is your Aadhaar card. Where was the Golden Globe Awards? 74th Golden Globe Awards took place recently. So they took place in California. California, the most vibrant economy in United States of America. So vibrant that California, there are voices now that California wants to secede from the United States. That is called Calexit. Anyways, see, Golden Globe, two questions can be asked. That which film won the maximum Golden Globe Awards? So there is a film called La La Land, and this film was nominated in 7 categories, and it won all the 7 awards. All the 7 awards in the 7 categories, including like the best film and the lot of awards. But there is one more question that can be asked, and that is Mariel Steep. She was given the Lifetime Achievement Award, and the award is called Cecil DeMille Lifetime Achievement Award. Mariel Steep won the Lifetime Achievement Award for her exceptional contribution to cinema, and Mariel Steep also had a spat of words with Donald Trump, and there was a lot of bad blood between the two because Mariel Streep is known to be a Hillary supporter. So Donald Trump wrote on Twitter that Meryl Streep is one of the most overrated actresses. That is typical Donald Trump. Anyways, who inaugurated the International Kite Festival that started in Ahmedabad at Sabarmati riverfront? Ahmedabad, the previous name of Ahmedabad was Karnavati. So who inaugurated the International Kite Festival that was organized, on the occasion of Uttarayan or Makar Sankranti, and who inaugurated this person? He is the Chief Minister of Gujarat, Vijay Rupani. He had taken over from Anandiben Patel as the Chief Minister of Gujarat. Where was the 20th National Conference for E-Governance? E-Governance means electronic governance. So recently its 20th National Conference was held. Now you have to tell where was this conference held, and it was organized by the Department of DT. What is DT? Department of Electronics and Information and Technology. So it took place in Vishakhapatnam, the coastal town of Andhra Pradesh. And what was the theme? The theme was Internet of Things and e-governance. So I hope you know what is IoT, Internet of Things, one of the most upcoming fields, especially for entrepreneurs. Internet for Things is that you can control all your electronics using your Wi-Fi or your internet. For example, if you want to switch on the AC, you don't have to go and switch it on. Your life will be made more comfortable. You can just do it from your electronic device. Same way, you can close the door, open the door with just the signals. So read about it. Read about Internet of Things and artificial intelligence. Where has the new ginger species? Ginger. See, ginger is put in tea also. Adrak. We say in Hindi adrak. Okay. Ginger tea you must have drunk at some point of time in your life. So where has the new ginger species with medicinal properties discovered recently? It was discovered recently in the Andaman and Nicobar Island. The capital is Port Blair, which is in South Andaman. So recently it was discovered. Which Indian American engineer he was awarded the Oscar for his technical achievements? So he is a basically animator. He does technical animations. He has worked in a lot of excellent movies like Alice in Wonderland, Hancock, Spider-Man, Monster House, and whatnot. His name is Parag Havaldar. He is a IIT Kharagpur alumni, and he has a PhD in computer graphics from University of Southern California. He was given the Academy Award Oscar for technical achievement. Who is that former Iranian president who recently passed away? Iran, the president of Iran. He was 82 years old. He was the fourth president of Iran from 1989 to 1997. His name is Ali Akbar Hashemi Rafsanjani. Ali Akbar Hashemi Rafsanjani. Who won the 2017 Chennai Open title? He looks a little bit like Andy Murray, but he is not. He is Robert Bautista from Spain. And he beat Daniel Medvedev from Russia in the finals of the Chennai Open. Which city's mayor, in an attempt to boost the cycling infrastructure, has named 2017 as the year of the bike? So he has declared 2017 as year of the bike so that cycling can be promoted. He is the mayor of Paris. His name is Anne Hidalgo. And the name is Anne Hidalgo, Paris mayor. Paris, very important. And France as such is very important because of Tour de France. Which country is setting up an environmental police force to tackle its hazardous air pollution? So we have heard about all sorts of police force, but this country now has an environment police force so that air pollution can be tackled. This country has been struggling with air pollution and water pollution for a long time now. It is China. The Air Force of which country has recently added 5 Sukhoi T-50 fighter jets? Sukhoi, one of the most powerful fighting aircrafts in the world. And recently 5 Sukhoi T-50 fighter jets were added to its fleet by Russia. Which legislation has been passed by the United States state of Kentucky that makes it the 27th state to pass such as legislation? So in the United States, the state of Kentucky has passed which law It is the right to work. Right to work. To remove union membership as a condition for securing employment. You don't need to have a union membership now to work in Kentucky. Which Indian state has launched a student startup fund under which it will provide 200 crore rupees to fund the startups led by students? And a lot of states are coming forward. They are organizing these boosters, because a lot of startups they are bootstrapped and they have to rely on their own money, so they need government funding, they need government support, and 200 crore is the money that has been allotted by Gujarat. This will be for the new businesses, new ventures by the students. Which Indian actor has been honored with an award by the US Embassy for his contribution to the US-India partnership on tuberculosis? Tuberculosis, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, that spreads tuberculosis. Very, very dangerous, especially in India. More than 70% Indians have either tuberculosis or they are tuberculosis carriers. Now, which Indian actor has been honored with an award by the Embassy of the United States of America for his contribution to US-India partnership on tuberculosis? This is Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. Name the last heir to the former Ottoman Empire who passed away recently. Ottoman Empire, one of the most powerful empires of the 18th century, 19th century, Ottoman Empire. And their last prince, he recently passed away. His name was Prince Bayezid Osman. Prince Bayezid Osman, he recently passed away. This is very, very important. What is the only source of economy of the Vatican City, which is the smallest country in the world? So Vatican City was in news recently. Vatican City, do you know it is the smallest country in the world? See, it is a city, all right, but it is a country, and it is the smallest country in the world, Vatican. And you'll be very surprised to know that the population of Vatican City right now is 842. And Vatican City is spread across an area of only 110 acres. So don't think that Vatican City is a city. No, it's a country. It's the smallest country in the world, smallest population and smallest country. Now, what is the main source of economy for this? So it is the sale of publications and stamps. And Vatican is also the seat for Pope, Saint Basilia Church Pope, who is right now is Pope Francis from Argentina. Who won the Chennai Open doubles title? So Robert Batista won the Chennai Open singles, but who won the doubles title? Doubles title was backed by Indians, two Indians. The name is Rohan Bopanna and Jeevan Nedunchezia. Rohan Bopanna and Jeevan Nedunchezia, both are Indian players. Who laid the foundation stone for the new National Disaster Response Force campus at the Kondapavuluru village in Krishna district in Andhra Pradesh? Who inaugurated? Who laid the foundation stone? Who let down the first brick for the new National Disaster Response Force new campus? And where it will be built? In the Kondapavuluru village in Krishna district in Andhra Pradesh. It is our Home Minister Rajnath Singh. Where was the world's largest street light replacement program unveiled by the Union Ministry of Power? So our street lights will be replaced by the LEDs. It is a LED based program because a lot of money will be saved. In fact, there will be a reduction of 22,000 ton of greenhouse gas, because our conventional street lights, they give out a lot of greenhouse gases. And this program was started in Delhi by the SDMC, that is the South Delhi Municipal Corporation. And which company is doing it? Under which company along with the Ministry of Power? So the name of the company is Energy Efficiency Services Limited. The answer is A. ISRO, that is the logo of ISRO. ISRO headquarters is in Bengaluru. Okay. So which of the following organizations has ISRO signed a partnership agreement for the satellite launch technology? Satellite launch technology. See, ISRO is the space agency of India, whereas CNES, it is the space agency of France. So Indian and French space agencies will work together for launching satellites. Which country has successfully test fired its first submarine launched cruise missile, making their navy even more deadly? This country is our arch foes, Pakistan. So Pakistan, and they have named it Babar the third. Babar named after the Mughal emperor Babar. Babar 3, that is the name which Pakistan has given to its submarine launched cruise missile. Which country has successfully launched the first commercial space mission? And the name of the rocket is Kuaizhou 1A rocket. And I also told you one more rocket which it uses, that is the Long March. So which country uses Long March and Kuaizhou rocket? It is China. And most of their launches are from the Zhuoquan Satellite Launch Center. See, like in India, we have Satish Dhawan Center, and in Chandipur, we have in Odisha from the Wheeler Island or APJ Abdul Kalam Island. Similarly, in China, the most famous one is the Zhuoquan Satellite Launch Center. Which Indian state became the 21st state to join Ujjwal Discom Assurance Yojana, also called Uday scheme, which is to revive our debt-ridden power sector companies, the power distribution companies to be precise. So which Indian state is the 21st state to join it? It is the Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is ruled by AIADMK, All India Anna Dravid Munnetra Kazhagam, and the chief minister is O Pannirselvam. Which state government has recently launched India's largest Wi-Fi service? India's largest Wi-Fi, wireless fidelity services. It is also called Mumbai Wi-Fi. So the answer is Maharashtra. It was launched by Devendra Fadnavis, and the target is 1200 Wi-Fi spots. Initially only 500 Wi-Fi spots have been launched, but 1200 is the target by 1st of May 2017. Which state has touched a 900 mark in sex ratio for the first time in 20 years? So it seems like Beti Bachao Beti Padhao seems to be working in this state, at least. It is my state, Haryana. So in Haryana, for every 1000 male, there are more than 900 females now. So the sex ratio has touched 900 mark for the first time in the last 20 years. Which private sector bank in India has launched robot called IRA? And what is IRA? It is Intelligent Robotic Assistant. So a lot of banks are bringing their own robots now. Recently, there was a bank which launched a robot called Lakshmi. Can you name the bank? That is your second question for today. Can you name the bank which launched a robot called Lakshmi recently? Last month. So which private sector bank has launched this robot? This guy. IRA, and this has been done by HDFC Bank, and HDFC's owner or managing director is Aditya Puri. Name the insurance company that has launched credit insurance policy to safeguard the businesses against the risk of non-payment for the goods or services that are delivered to the buyers. So a lot of businesses suffer because, they provide the goods and services, but the buyers, they don't pay back. So that is the non-payment. So to prevent that risk, there is an insurance now. There is an insurance company that has launched the credit insurance policy. And the question is, which company has done this? It has been done by HDFC Ergo. HDFC Ergo has done this. Who inaugurated the Nobel Prize Series India exhibition at Gandhinagar? It was launched by a person no less than the Prime Minister of India, the real executive head. So the answer is Narendra Modi. Gandhinagar, the capital of Gujarat. They invited a lot of Nobel laureates. In fact, 8 Nobel laureates were there. 10 Nobel laureates came to this conference. There was Thomas Tides, there was Harold Varmus, and all sorts of Nobel laureates who shared their experiences. When is the World Hindi Day celebrated? So don't get confused. See, there is something known as Hindi Divas. Okay, Hindi Divas in India, which is celebrated because we adopted Hindi as in our constitution as one of the languages on this day. That is 14 September. Okay, so if they ask you National Hindi Day, the answer is, or Hindi Divas, 14 September. But World Hindi Day is basically to spread Hindi across the globe, to make efforts. And World Hindi Day is January the 10th. So there is a difference between the two questions. That's why I put the pick here. Who won the title of the world's best player for 2016? 2016 has been a dream year for Cristiano Ronaldo from Portugal. He plays for Real Madrid Football Club from Spain. And Cristiano Ronaldo, he won the FIFA World Best Player. He also won the Ballon d'Or award for the best player. However, he did not win the Best Playmaker award. That went to Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi won the Best Playmaker award, but the best player, and Ronaldo won it because he won the UEFA Champions League, he won the Euros, he also won the UEFA Club World Cup. Which country on January 10 announced that it will build border demarcation fencing with India? Border demarcation fencing with India. So our easternmost neighbor, that is Myanmar. Myanmar, and it has a boundary with 4 Indian states, 4 easternmost Indian states. So Myanmar, the capital of Myanmar is Naypyidaw. And Myanmar will build a border demarcation fencing with India. Which is the 4th country in the world after Russia, Britain and China, which has a direct hotline with US. and this hotline will not be discontinued. That is why it was in news as announced by outgoing President Barack Obama. He said that the hotline will India will remain. It will not discontinue. So it is India. India is the fourth country to have a hotline with US. Which state has declared itself as drought hit because there has been a decrease in the rainfall? 19% decrease in the southwest monsoon and 61% decrease in rainfall in the northeast monsoon. So if there is a 61% decrease in northeast monsoon and because of that they have a drought, you can easily guess the answer. It is Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu receives maximum rainfall from the retreating monsoon or the northeast monsoon, and this is the same monsoon that also causes a lot of cyclones, a lot of heavy rainfall also in Tamil Nadu, as we saw in 2015. And the southwest monsoon, of course, it makes strike at the western coast of India in the Western Ghats, and then it proceeds toward the northeast. Which Indian city has launched a mobile app to help people find public toilets? So basically, if you are in this state and you feel like relieving yourself, you can take the help of this app. You can open the app and the nearest public toilet, you can see on the app and you can proceed. So the toilet, this thing, it has been started by Mumbai, and the name of the app is Mumbai Toilet Locator, MTL, Mumbai Toilet Locator. It has been started by Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, BMC. Name the officer who has been deployed as CRPF, Central Reserve Police Force, first woman officer in Bastar. Bastar is a Naxal hit area, leftist insurgency hit area in Chhattisgarh. First woman officer to be deployed there as an officer is Usha Kiran by the CRPF, who has been appointed as the group CEO of Flipkart. So the CEO of Flipkart was Benny Bansal, but now he has been elevated to the level of the group CEO. And the new CEO of Flipkart is Kalyan Krishnamurthy, but the group CEO is Benny Bansal. So see the question accordingly. If they ask who is the new CEO of Flipkart, the answer is Kalyan Krishnamurthy. If they ask who is the new group CEO, the answer is Benny Bansal. Benny Bansal's brother is Sachin Bansal. Which American technology company has become the first company to receive more than 8,000 US patents in 1 year in 2016? Can you imagine? In 365 days, this country has got 8,000 patents. So this shows that the amount of money it spends on research and development, R&D. Anyways, this company is the largest IT company in the world by revenue with more than $120 billion annual revenue, IBM. To which company has Yahoo sold its internet business? Yahoo has sold all of its internet business to Verizon, and this was announced. But there is one thing that, in Yahoo's Asian investment, 15% stake is held by Alibaba Group, and that forms the basis of my next question. What is the name that Yahoo will be renamed after selling its core internet business for almost $5 billion? The name is Altaba, which is basically inspired from Alibaba. Which vaccine will be rolled out by the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare in the Universal Immunization Program in February 2017? So, which vaccine is this that will be rolled out by the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare? And our Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare is JP Nadda. This is measles rubella. Do you recall I had once told you in bio that MMR is a vaccine for measles, mumps and rubella. So now they are rolling out not for mumps but measles and rubella. So mumps has been left out. Mumps is the parotid salivary gland infection and measles is a skin disease. According to the latest research by the US researchers, which organ of the human body could serve as secondary immune organ? That is because it consists of lymphoid tissue, and lymph, it helps in immunity. So this is the appendix, which is considered to be a vestigial organ. Appendix. So do you know what is appendix, by the way? So we have the short intestine, we have the long intestine. Long intestine, cecum, colon and rectum. That is the three parts of long intestine, and short intestine, duodenum, jejunum and ileum. These are the three parts of the short intestine. So large intestine, cecum, colon, rectum. But cecum, it persists as appendix in human beings. We don't have a cecum because evolutionary trend, cecum was not used, and therefore appendix, because we don't consume cellulose, and cecum is the seed for cellulose digestion in human beings. Which private sector bank has become the third bank in the country to announce the usage of blockchain technology, blockchain solutions? Do you know which was the first bank to use blockchain technology? ICICI Bank. Do you know which is the second bank to use blockchain technology? Yes Bank. So which is the third bank? It is the HDFC Bank. It has become the third bank in India to use the blockchain technology. Sorry, the answer is Axis Bank, not HDFC Bank. Axis Bank is the third bank. HDFC Bank has announced that it might use this technology, but Axis Bank is the third bank to use the blockchain technology. Who is the youngest 13-time gymnast world champion? So just at the age of 19, at the tender age of 19, this girl has become 13-time world champion. 13 times she has won the world championship, and recently she has announced her retirement also. So her name is Yana Kudryat Seva. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yana Kudryat Seva. Next, who is that Indian cricketer who has been appointed as the brand ambassador of Gioni? Gioni is one of the many Chinese mobile companies that are there in India. Xiaomi is there, Xiaomi is there, then Lenovo is there. So we have all sorts of Chinese companies which have now overtaken 50% of Indian mobile set market in 2016 as per the latest report. So Virat Kohli is the new brand ambassador of Gioni. Virat Kohli, who is now the captain in all the three formats, that is T20, Test and One Day matches. Which regional cricket association is the first in the country to adopt Lodha committee reforms? Lodha committee, which did a complete it completely changed the BCCI for good, and the secretary of BCCI Ajay Shirke was removed. Then the BCCI president Anurag Thakur was removed by Lodha committee, and the Rajasthan Cricket Association is the first to adopt Lodha committee reforms. Which Muslim majority country? In this country, 99% population is Muslim. The capital of this country is Rabat. So which Muslim majority country has banned the burqa for security reasons? Burqas are banned by Morocco. Morocco, the westernmost African, the north, it's in the north and west. We say Morocco, Algeria, then we have Libya, and we have Egypt. So Morocco has banned burqas. Which country recently launched the first commercial mission using an updated version of the low-cost Kuaizhou rocket? So Kuaizhou rocket, I've already told you, it is China. In which city was the 3-day international conference and exhibition on reinforced plastics by the Union government held? There was a 3-day international conference and exhibition on reinforced plastics, and this was held recently in Mumbai. Who inaugurated the 3-day this same exhibition on reinforced plastic called ICERP at Bombay Exhibition Center? It is our Defense Minister Manohar Parrikar. Which identification document is made mandatory by the Employees Provident Fund Organization? So Employees Provident Fund Organization, there are 50 lakh people who avail pension, and there are 4 crore subscribers for EPFO. What has been made compulsory by EPFO? It is the Aadhaar card. Where will be the 21st National Youth Festival be held? See, Youth Festival, National Youth Day is on 12th of January every year, because on this day we celebrate the birthday of the great Swami Vivekananda. And the 21st National Youth Festival was celebrated at Rohtak in Haryana. What was the theme for this festival? The festival which was there at Rohtak, it was Youth for Digital India. So they combined the youth with Digital India. Which state will soon launch an e-wallet, electronic wallet called tokapaisa.in? So if you can understand this language, you can very well make out from the options. It is Assam. Assam Chief Minister is Sarbanat Sonowal of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Assam, which had the BJP government for the first time in its history, has launched an electronic wallet, state's wallet called tokapaisa.in. Which international organization has released the January 2017 Global Economic Prospects Report? So Global Economic Prospects Report, every year it is launched by the World Bank, which has its headquarters in Washington DC along with the International Monetary Fund. As per the January 2017 Global Economic Prospect Report of the World Bank, the global economy will accelerate moderately to what percent? Global economy is expected to accelerate to 2.7%. And the World Bank has decelerated India's growth. So according to World Bank, previously they had said that India's economy will grow by 7.6% in financial year 2017, that is 2016-17. But now they have reduced their forecast for India to 7% only. Which Indian airline company has recently launched the Fly for Sure scheme? Fly for Sure, as the name suggests, that if you miss a flight by chance, you just have to pay 2000 rupees and you can avail the next flight same day. So you will not miss out on a flight. You have to pay a very mild 2000 rupees. This scheme has been launched by Air India. But please note that this scheme was also launched by SpiceJet in November 2016. So mark the question accordingly. If they ask which was the first airline company to launch, SpiceJet. If they ask which is the second, the Air India. If they ask in 2016, SpiceJet. If they ask in 2017, latest, it is Air India. Where will the 47th World Economic Forum annual meeting be held? In fact, was held, I can say, because today is 20th, today is 19th, so tomorrow it will get over. January 17 to 20, World Economic Forum annual meeting. Every year it takes place in Switzerland also. Where in Switzerland? It takes place in Davos. And I was listening to this guy, China's premier Xi Jinping, China's president Xi Jinping yesterday. He looked really scared because of Trump, but he said that the retro business policies will not work, and you can't terrorize businesses, and so showed his frustration. Anyways, Switzerland is the answer. What is the name of the first underwater museum in Europe? It is the first underwater museum in Europe, which was inaugurated off the coast of Lanzarote in Spain. So the museum is called the Atlantic Museum, or the Museo Atlántico in Spanish, as they say. By the way, suddenly I remember that in Gujarat, they had opened a underwater restaurant called Poseidon in Gujarat. I think it was in Ahmedabad. Anyways, which former president, who is also known for many social reforms in Germany, passed away recently? What was the name of the German president who had initiated a lot of social reforms? His name was Roman Herzog. Roman Herzog, he became president in 1994 for a 5-year period. Roman Herzog is the answer. What is the name of the British journalist who was the first in the history to break the news that World War II has started? And it was also called as the scoop of the century. So his name was Claire Hollingworth. As per a recent decision by FIFA, how many teams will participate in the 2026 World Cup? See, 2014 Football World Cup was in Rio de Janeiro, right? Germany won it. Now in 2018 World Cup will be in Russia. Then in 2022 World Cup will be in Qatar. 2026 countries yet to be announced. But in 2026, how many teams will participate? It is 48 teams. And in 2014 or these days, how many teams participate in World Cup? 32. So the number has been significantly increased. Which government agency, along with the union government, has been directed by the Supreme Court to complete the auditing of the NGOs and voluntary organizations and submit the report by 31st March 2017? So a lot of Indian NGOs, they work against the state. They have been they don't serve our national interest, and therefore Supreme Court has asked the government as well as this organization to audit the NGOs, and the deadline is 31st March 2017. So it is CAPART, that is the Council for Advancement of the People's Action and Rural Technology. So the answer is CAPART. Recently, which country successfully tested a group of 103 Perdix micro drone? 103 Perdix micro drone were recently tested by USA, and this was one of the largest testing of micro drones. 103. By the way, it was tested by Pentagon. Pentagon headquarters is in Virginia. But the next question is, at which place did Pentagon test it? So it was not Virginia, it is California. They did it at California. Which Indian player won the third Kolkata Open National Invitation Snooker Championship? So third Kolkata Open National Invitation Snooker Championship was won by 16 times snooker champion Pankaj Advani of the Karnataka. Which country has become the world's first country to officially recognize parkour as a sport? So parkour, one of the sports that requires a lot of stamina, because parkour is very similar to obstacle training. That is, you have to run, climb, jump, everything is there in parkour. It tests your stamina. And UK is the first country to recognize parkour as a sport. What is United Kingdom? It is Britain plus Northern Ireland. And what is Britain? It is Scotland, Wales and England combined. So SWENI together is called United Kingdom. Which international player will return to competitive tennis because she was banned for 15 months because she took drugs? She took drugs, and her name is Maria Sharapova. She is making her return to competitive tennis on April 26th at the Porsche Tennis Grand Prix in Stuttgart, Germany. Which international bank has launched voice verification for phone banking? So now you don't need PIN. You don't need PIN. You can just do the banking with voice verification. Your voice will be verified, and then you can do the transaction. And this facility has been started by Citibank in India. According to TRAI, which is Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, in December, which country provided the fastest 4G? Which telecom company provided the fastest 4G service? It is the Reliance Jio, which recently had sponsored the Filmfare Awards also. And do you know which film has won the Who won the awards in the Filmfare Award, that I will cover in the third week video. Which Indian filmmaker has been invited to the upcoming 47th World Economic Forum's annual meeting as a cultural leader? I repeat, listen to the question carefully. 47th World Economic Forum's annual meet, which Indian filmmaker has got the honor to be invited at this meet? And he has been invited as a cultural leader. So his name is Karan Johar. By the way, Karan Johar was in news because there is a book called An Unsuitable Boy. Okay, An Unsuitable Boy. And this book actually is about the life of Karan Johar. Can you tell me who has written this book? Third question for you today. Who has written the book An Unsuitable Boy? In this book, Karan Johar has confessed that he is a gay and he is not ashamed about it. And also there are a lot of aspects to Karan Johar's life which are in this book. Karan Johar, who is one of the best known Indian directors and producers. After which Russian ambassador to Turkey did Turkey rename the street that serves the Russian embassy? So there is a Russian embassy in Turkey. Turkey, the capital is Ankara. A lot of important towns in Turkey like Istanbul and so on. But there is one thing that in Turkey, you know that the Russian ambassador was killed and his name was Andrei Karlov. So they have named the Russian street that serves the Indian embassy after Andrei Karlov, who was killed by an ISIS guy. To which country India is giving 683 crore, that is $100 million for agricultural mechanization, to bring technology into agriculture, to help upgradation of agriculture. There is a mutual bilateral agricultural cooperation between India and Kenya. Kenya, the capital is Nairobi. Where did Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurate India's first international exchange, that is called India INX, and he did it in Gujarat. Where in Gujarat? In the GIFT City, which is Gujarat International Finance Tech City in Gujarat, IFSC, that is International Finance Service Center. Who received the 2017 Pravasi Bharatiya Samman? Pravasi Bharatiya Divas we celebrate because Gandhiji had came back to India from South Africa, and we celebrate Pravasi Bharatiya Divas for that. Anyways, Pravasi Bharatiya Samman was given to a person no less than the President of India, Pranab Mukherjee, this time. At which rank India stands when it comes to the largest manufacturing countries in the world as declared recently? Previously, India stood at 9th position, but now our position is 6th. We are the 6th largest manufacturing countries in the world. Which two real estate portals are merging to form the largest online reality company? So, which two companies are this? So, it is the housing.com and proptiger.com. Housing.com, which has been in disarray after they fired Rahul Yadav, and PropTiger, which has strategic investment from Rupert Murdoch Group. So these two companies are merging together to form the largest online company to take on Common Floor and Magic Bricks, for example. Against which pesticide? See, this pesticide is very dangerous, but the Kerala government still used it. And as a result, there are more than 5,000 victims who have suffered serious injuries, serious deformities and health complications. So the Supreme Court has said that to the Kerala government that you have to give 500 crore rupee compensation to these 5,000 victims. Which pesticide I am talking about? It is the endosulfan. Very, very dangerous pesticide. Who headed the 3-judge bench which gave the ruling that tax breaks given to the political parties are legal? Now listen to the question carefully. See, last week Supreme Court ruling, and the chairman of that bench was the ex-Chief Justice of India, Mr. T.S. Thakur. He said that any political party that tries to get the votes in the name of caste, creed, religion is illegal. Okay, is unconstitutional. This week, one judge bench chaired by our Chief Justice of India, J.S. Keher, has said that if there are tax breaks, tax subsidies which are given to the political parties, it is okay, it is legal, because political parties, after all, they do require donations from the followers. So it's a win for political parties, so to say. Now they can receive their donation and no tax breaks. Tax breaks will remain to continue. Which Indian state has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Aviation for regional connectivity scheme? So under this scheme, basically there will be a lot of airports that will be built in this state, lot of regional connectivity to various locations in this state, and this is Telangana. Telangana, which has a Telangana Rashtriya Samiti government. Chandrasekhar Rao is the CM. Capital is Hyderabad. A large number of constituencies of which state will for the first time have Urdu electoral rolls? See, 30% population, voting population in this state is Muslim. 30% voting population is Muslim in Uttar Pradesh, and therefore Urdu electoral rolls have been rolled out in 46 constituencies in Uttar Pradesh this time. New species of endangered species, which is gibbon, has been recently discovered in which country? So gibbon we see in Asia, especially in Myanmar and China only. So the answer is China. In China recently, it is also called, it is a specific variety of gibbon called Skywalker Hulog gibbon. Skywalker Hulog gibbon, it was discovered in China. Name the airport which has become the first airport in the world to adopt digital platform ARC. Digital platform in the first airport in the world, and it is basically a benchmarking and unique performance appraisal digital platform. Indira Gandhi International Airport is the first airport to adopt digital platform ARC, and Indira Gandhi International Airport became the first airport in Asia to become carbon neutral. Which association has mandated on-road emission test from 2020? So in India, 2020 onwards. Because why only 2020? Because that is when we will adopt the Bharat stage 6 norms, emission norms. So all the cars that will be tested for their emissions on road, and this has been declared by ARAI, which is the Automotive Research Association of India, ARAI. Which country has become the first country to ban its radio, that is the state radio, and digitize it? So it has cancelled, or it has banned its FM radio broadcasting. So it is Norway. Capital of Norway is Oslo, and Norway is famous for Magnus Carlsen, the chess champion of the world. Where was the DEFCON 2017 recently held? So DEFCON is basically your infrastructure and skilled human resource for digital army. Basically an initiative that recruits people for army, especially when it comes to technical and digital platforms. And recently the conference was held at New Delhi. Name the country which has changed its laws to provide spares and support to India. And this country is Russia. It has amended the law to allow long-term contracts for spares and support for military equipment supplied in India. And it will allow the Russian equipment manufacturers, original equipment manufacturers, OEM, to enter into long-term partnership with Indian companies. Who is appointed as Snapdeal strategy head? So it is Mr. Jason Kothari. Snapdeal, but they will ask who is the founder of Snapdeal. So two people are the founders of Snapdeal. One is Kunal Bahel and one is Rohit Bansal. Rohit Bansal is different Bansal. He is not Sachin Bansal and Binny Bansal. Sachin and Binny Bansal are founders of Flipkart. Which airline for the first time in its history, in the aviation history, has announced to reserve seats for women? So now airlines also have started reserving seats for women, and the first time in aviation history this was done by Air India. So who is the president of Nicaragua, who has become their president third time in a row? He got more than 70%, 72.5% of the votes, and out of the 92 seats in the parliament, his party won 71 seats. He is Daniel Ortega of Nicaragua. Can you tell me the capital of Nicaragua? Fourth question for you today. Tell me the capital of Nicaragua. Which former batsman, not Indian batsman, West Indian batsman, has been appointed as the new West Indian cricket director? He has become the director of the West Indies Cricket Board. His name is Jimmy Adams. Which Indian state will be hosting world's first gender literature festival? Today is 19th, right? Oh, Jaipur Literary Festival also started today. Anyways, which Indian state will be hosting in world's first gender literature festival? It will be Patna. To what number has Saudi Arabia increased India's annual Hajj quota from 1.36 lakh, making it the biggest such expansion in the last 29 years? So basically, Saudi Arabia, Hajj, Makkah, Medina, they give out a certain number. Every country has a fixed quota. Beyond that, tourists can't go. So 1.36 lakh Muslims can go from India, but the number has been increased to 1.7 lakh now. And this is their biggest expansion for any country in the last 29 years. And for how do the government select these people? It is random. It is random. It is a fair and transparent process. And for that, there was a app also which was launched by Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, our Minister for Minority Affairs. Name the Indian state whose High Court has declared triple talaq, that triple talaq has no legal authority and it is only an opinion. So it issued a certificate. The triple talaq certificate, which was issued by the Chief Qazi, was rendered invalid by Madras High Court. Our Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has released the draft notification of prevention to cruelty to animals with special respect to which animal species? So it is our dogs. They have said that we need to be more empathetic and sympathetic to animals, prevent cruelty, but more so against dogs. Which Indian state has announced that the state government's new department there is called Ministry of Happiness? In fact, Ministry of Happiness department was created last year, but it has started functioning just recently from January 14th onward, and this is Madhya Pradesh. It has become the first state in the country to announce Ministry of Happiness, to form separate department. There will be a separate minister also, Minister of Happiness. Madhya Pradesh, BJP government, Shivraj Singh Chauhan CM. Who among the following is not one of the 4 Indian Americans to receive the Presidential Early Career Awards for Scientist and Engineer, that is called PECASE? So it was given this award, PECASE, that is the Presidential Early Career Awards for Scientist and Engineer, is given to 4 Indian Americans. And who are those 4 Indian Americans? Those also you should know. So one is Aradhana Tripathi. She is from University of California. Pankaj Lal is there. Then Kaushik Chaudhary is there. Rajat Gupta is not there. Instead of that, Manish Arora is there. So these are the 4 Indian Americans. By the way, one more thing. Presidential Freedom Award was given to Joe Biden also. Name the submarine which was recently launched by the Mazagan Dock Limited in Mumbai. What is the name of that submarine? It is called INS Khanderi. INS Khanderi. Who is appointed as the president of BMW India? BMW, which is a German company. A lot of German companies are operating in India, like BMW, Audi, Porsche, Mercedes. They are all these are all German companies, German car companies. And BMW India has recently chosen Mr. Vikram Pava as their India head of operations. Name the Indian hockey player who has been nominated to the International Hockey Federation FIH Athletes Committee. Athletes Committee, which Indian hockey player has been nominated? He is the captain of the Indian hockey team, PR Srijesh. Name the digital technology company which, in association with Sachin Tendulkar, has launched something known as Sachin Saga Warm-Up. It is a betting game inspired by Sachin Tendulkar. So the name of this company is Jet Synthesis. Jet Synthesis has launched this game, which is called Sachin Saga Warm-Up. Which ambitious river linking project has received the environment clearance, forest clearance and tribal clearance also? So it is Ken Betwa project. Very, very important project, Ken Betwa project. Which 2 Indian states are a part of the Ken Betwa river linking project? So this project is between Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Which right has been called for review of its provisions by the Niti Aayog? Niti Aayog, the chairman is the Prime Minister and the CEO is Mr. Amitabh Kant and the vice chairman is Arvind Pangaria. So Niti Aayog, which right? It is the right to education. Which country has planned to ban the sale of cigarettes to anyone who is born after 2015? This country has, the cigarette smokers, their number has increased and it has become alarming because 40% of the population of this country is cigarette smoker. So it is Russia. Now they have said that cigarettes will not be sold to anyone who is born after 2015. With which country has Japan signed a 1 trillion yen aid package which is focused on infrastructure and energy over the next 5 years? So this country is Philippines, because the Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte, he has been inching towards China. So Japan also had to do something to take Philippines on board, and that is why Japan is giving 1 trillion yen aid to Philippines. Philippines, the capital is Manila, where we have the headquarters of the Asian Development Bank. Whom did US President Barack Obama award the Presidential Medal of Freedom? Presidential Medal of Freedom is the highest civilian honor, and he gave to his subordinate, that is the Vice President of the United States of America, who is retiring tomorrow, Joe Biden. And who will be the new Vice President of America? Mike Pence. Mike Pence, new Vice President, and Trump President. Which island in Andhra Pradesh has been spotted with carcasses of olive ridley turtle? Olive ridley turtle, the carcasses were recently spotted at the Hope Island. And olive ridley turtle has been categorized as vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. Who is appointed as the new Chief Executive Officer of Tata Consultancy Service? So new CEO is Rajesh Gopinathan. And why? Because Tata's ex-CEO is now the Tata Sons chairman, N. Chandrasekharan. Which Indian energy company has taken over the Rajasthan's Chhabra power plant? Chhabra power plant is a big plant, capacity is 1000 megawatt, and NTPC has taken over Rajasthan Chhabra plant, National Thermal Power Corporation, which is a Maharatan company. Which international bank has unveiled voice biometric authentication. So it is the State Bank, as I told you before. Who is the first non-Parsi and only the third non-Tata appointed Tata Sons chairman? So as I said, it is N. Chandrasekharan. Do you know who was the first non-Tata chairman? Do you know who was the first non-Tata chairman? It was Mr. Navroji Saklatwala. And the second was Cyrus Mistry. These two were the only non-Tata chairmen, but they all are Parsi. But N. Chandrasekharan is the first non-Parsi and the third non-Tata chairman. And N. Chandrasekharan was the CEO of TCS. What is the industrial production growth rate of India as measured by the Index of Industrial Production in November 2016 against the 1.9% in October 2016? What was our industrial production growth? It was a very, very healthy 5.7%. In the last 4 years, it is the highest, 5.7%. Which Indian boxer, I'm talking about female boxer, will become India's first female professional boxer? See, India's first male professional boxer was Vijender Singh, and India's first female professional boxer is Sarita Devi. Sarita Devi will fight against Hungarian boxer, and her fight is scheduled very, very soon. And the name of that boxer she will fight against is Sofia Bedo of Hungary. Which country has announced its intention to walk away from G8 group? See, G8 group, there was a cartel against Russia. So in 2014 G8 summit, Russia walked away. Russia was not allowed to take part. So G8 became G7. Russia is the answer. Now Russia is saying that it intends to walk away from the G8 permanently. Name the famous US author and filmmaker who recently passed away. And if you have seen the movie The Exorcist, the scary movie The Exorcist, he was the author of this book. The name is Blatty, William Blatty. Name the union minister who chaired the 29th meeting of the Standing Committee of the Voluntary Agencies, which is called SCOVA. SCOVA meeting. It is organized by the Department of Pension and Pensioners, also Ministry of Public Grievances, and this is as per the Parliament's consultative committee, SCOVA. It is basically a mechanism for discussion regarding the pensions. So it was chaired by Dr. Jitendra Singh. Which country will face 1-year ban from all the weightlifting competition because 3 of its weightlifters failed the doping test? So this country is China. So China and Russia, these are the only countries you will find in news because of doping allegations. 3 weightlifters, and all 3 were gold medalists in 2008 Olympic Games, which were held in China itself in Beijing. So these were the Cao Li, Chen Xiexia, and Liu Chunhong. These 3 players all won gold medals in weightlifting in Olympics, but all 3 were stripped of their gold medals because they failed the dope tests. What is the expected rate of unemployment in India for 2017? This will be 3.4%. That is the expected rate of unemployment in India. Which Indian state is the first in the country to launch solar powered boats? Solar powered boats, and the name of these solar powered boats is Aditya. So it is Kerala. Which telecom company in India has become the first to launch the payments bank? So it is Bharti Airtel. It will launch the payment bank in all the 29 states, and it is doing it in collaboration with Kotak Mahindra Bank. That is the next question. Airtel is doing it in collaboration with Kotak Mahindra Bank, payment bank. First payment bank was opened in Rajasthan. Recently, then in Andhra, second, Telangana third, Rajasthan fourth. But now they are expanding it in all the 29 states. With which country has Australia signed an upgraded defense agreement? After talks in Sydney on trade and regional security issues, Australia has signed an upgraded defense agreement with Japan. How many bilateral advance pricing agreements have been signed by Central Board for Direct Taxes with Indian subsidiaries of the Japanese companies, all including rollbacks till date? So there were 3 such agreements. 3 agreements with the Japanese companies by CBDT. Name the guided rocket that was recently test fired. This is an Indian rocket. It was recently test fired by the Defense Test Facility on January the 14th. The name is Pinaka Mark II. And it is our own. It is developed by the Armament Research and Development Establishment, ARDE. From which state was this rocket fired? The next question, it was fired from Odisha. That is the Wheeler Island, also called APJ Abdul Kalam Island, Chandipur, Odisha. In the latest FIFA ranking, what is the rank of Indian football team? It is 129. It is very healthy because since December 2005, this is our highest ranking. We are 129th in the world in football. which is the only country in the world without an official capital. This country was in news recently. It is Nauru. Nauru is the only country in the world. It is the third smallest country in the world. The population is 10,000 and it is spread across an area of only 21 square kilometers. Who is appointed as the new ambassador to United States by Mexico? Who is the Mexico's new ambassador for United States of America? Mexico has named Mr. Jeronimo Guterres as their new ambassador. Name the government body which has recently launched 2 helpline number so that if any person in this force has any complaint, they can file it anonymously. They don't have to name. It is Border Security Force. Please note that the Director General of BSF is KK Sharma. He is the Director General or Chief of BSF. This happened because one of the BSF guys, he posted a video on Facebook that the food is not good and all. So BSF made sure that no grievances are left without addressal. So BSF. Name the Indian state whose government has renamed Rainbow from Ramdhenu to Wrongdhenu. Well, I mean, so basically the government, the chief minister of this state says that Ramdhenu is communal because it has Ram. So they changed Rainbow to Wrongdhenu. It is more secular. So it is West Bengal. Mamata Banerjee has done it. Which country received its first new aircraft in 40 years after lifting of international sanctions in 2015? This country has not had a war aircraft in the last 40 years because of the sanction, but recently got one. It is Iran. No wonder Israel is not happy with US. Which country is going to set up world's highest altitude gravitational wave telescope? And this they are setting it very close to the line of actual control with India. So it is China. And where is China setting it up? So since they have an eye on India, it is of course Tibet. The capital of Tibet is Lhasa. Who was the Olympic champ to be named as Mumbai Marathon ambassador? So this I already told you, David Rudisha, 800-meter Olympic champion. Which country has recently told Google and Apple to remove LinkedIn because they say that the data which is stored in LinkedIn is in American servers. So this is Russia. LinkedIn is banned in Russia. Name the biography which has been released on former wrestler and coach Mahavir Singh Phogat recently. So Mahavir Singh Phogat's role was played by Amir Khan in Dangal, and there is his biography is called Akhada. It was released recently, Akhada. And Saurabh Duggal, who is a sports journalist, he released the autobiography. Who is appointed as the new CEO of Flipkart? Can you answer it now? Yes, Kalyan Krishnamurthy. Kalyan Krishnamurthy. And Binny Bansal is the co-founder and group CEO now. Which company has decided not to renew the contract with Virat Kohli? Which sportswear company? And this was a 30 crore deal with Adidas. Adidas has said that Virat Kohli his contract will not be renewed. Fractional doses of which vaccine are being opted by Southeast Asian countries after being adopted by India at the first place? So this vaccine was adopted by India, but now most of the Southeast Asian countries are also adopting it. Against polio, it is the IPV vaccine. IPV. Now, on the occasion of the 14th Pravasi Bharatiya Divas, Narendra Modi urged the Indian diaspora to switch from PIO card to which card? PIO is person of Indian origin, to the overseas citizen of India, that is the OCI card. Which Indian organization is set to transform the Indian landscape where people from the Indian diaspora can contribute for building infrastructure in the country? This is called the Indian Development Foundations of Overseas Citizen, or IDF in short. It is a non-for-profit organization. The Computer Emergency Response Team of which country has signed an MOU with India for close cooperation in cyber security? Both the countries will help each other. There will be a mutual cooperation in the field of cyber security. This country is United States of America. Name the government body which has directed the center to test the cosmetic products contaminated by microbeads. So this is a threat that if there are any cosmetic products, they contain microbeads, they are very harmful for the skin. That is why National Green Tribunal has asked the government to test the cosmetic products for microbeads also. So these were the best multiple choice questions. I hope you enjoyed the video. Questions quality was very good and I expect a lot of questions from this video to be there. PDF of this will be made available right after 5 minutes. Thank you for watching.